Hello and welcome back to the 2024 River City Open presented by Discraft. This is at Byron Center, Michigan, Brewer Park. This course is sponsored by Oakley. I'm Brian Papa Wolf Frawley, and with me is
Steve Schultz.
Happy to have you here for RCO. Steve, you've done a great job. Let's close out strong. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Maybe even hit that notification button. Maybe even share with a friend. Be like, hey, watch this. So Nick Robertson shot 2 down on the front 9, bringing him to -21.
Ryan Mulder also 2 down in the front, also -21.
Sam unfortunately only gets 1 down, and he goes to -20.
And Noah with a great front 9, 7 down after 9.
That was great. And brings us into hole 10. That's a par 3, 340 uphill. This is a gettable hole for almost everyone in the field. The thing that makes it tough is you're throwing from kind of a low location with a tree limb, and also the wind at the top of this hill is very hard to predict. So let's see how it goes.
Top of the course up there, and you can stand around and see multiple holes. Great spot for viewing, but does some wonders to the disc up there if you get up in the air.
Yeah, for sure makes it dance around. Noah lands inside of circle 1 and flares out a bit.
Definitely want to be up on that top edge. Give yourself a good putt at it. It's okay to go a little long. Definitely want to get up to that hill up there.
Here comes Sam. Close out that nice smooth hyzer. Let's see if it has enough to come back. Look at that.
That looked pretty good from there.
Now you may be wondering, how come we're only seeing one camera angle? Well, we've got some hot action on the course if you didn't happen to see round 1, or sorry, front 9 of this, round 3. And we've got a cameraman running around trying to catch some more views too. So Nick pulls that one just a bit outside, still has enough time to come back in.
We talked about the grass up there sometimes can grab a disc, but it'll bounce a little bit depending on the angle you come in at. Sometimes overshoot it, depending on how much speed you put on that disc.
Looks like everyone's going to get up there at least. Just a matter of how close are we to the basket.
It's getting exciting.
It is. Ryan's outside circle 1.
Looks like a couple of them went past the basket, putting back into probably a little breeze coming at you from left to right there.
Yeah, you can see the tee pad location all the way in the back right now where those 2 gentlemen are. That's where they shot from. Ryan misses outside. Noah misses low. Wind's dancing around up there. Let's see if Sam can knock one down.
Try to aim for one in the middle.
And he goes outside as well.
You gotta wonder if that wind's affecting those a little bit. It should be coming from those players left to right across from there. Might have drifted a little bit right on that release.
Yeah, we can see the tops of the trees dancing around in the back.
There we go.
Nick gets one. That's great. Nick did come in with the lead, or part of the lead, I should say, so I'm sure he wanted to get another one back.
It's a good start in that back 9. You want to come out firing, especially in the open area up here.
And as we mentioned, we've got another gentleman shooting well right now. This is Austin Bates. He's over on hole 13, and he's laying up with the tough wind. He's currently at -26 with a -10 on the round alone.
That's a tough one to run. You're quite a ways out. That looked like about 35, 40 feet, and if you miss that one high, it's going to go for a minute.
For sure. Which brings us to hole 11. It's a par 3, 336 downhill. You have 2 Mandos here, one on the left, one on the right, slightly offset. You want to aim at that right Mando for that right-hand backhand, come up just a bit short over the trees and land into circle 1. The undulation, as people like to say, right before the green is very unsettling, so skips do go in every direction.
Yeah, it's a fun hole. You can approach it with as straight a shot as you can get, keeping the nose down underneath that wind, or coming in the hyzer, as you mentioned. We'll see which way these guys attack it.
Nick goes high. It's going to make it through. That's the first step to success. And we got a cameraman running into the background. We're going to see an alternate view for that next shot, I bet you.
Well, he made it through the Mando. That's the most important thing. He'll have his putt for birdie up there.
Oh.
Yeah, it looked like a missed Mando.
Yeah, he gets that unfortunate yellow square.
Hard to tell on camera, but that's pretty significant downhill. If you get any nose up at all, that breeze can pick that disc up, especially if there's any ante on that, and just keep it going, OB. That's a better line.
Yeah, he threw that nice and low. Just go right at it, buddy.
Get it.
Oh.
That is a shot.
That is a shot. I like that. Here comes Ryan.
Made it seem so easy.
He did. Sam really did.
Trying to follow the same line. Looks like
Yeah.
the vapor trail went off to the right there.
I think he ended up short of the Mando, though, so that's great. Or maybe it's woodsy, but it's not a penalty.
That tree tends to absorb a lot of disc, and I'll see a lot of these shots coming out of there.
I mean, Ryan still had a good look at it.
Yeah, he did.
Gave it a chance for sure.
That was a good run. That's probably 25 feet uphill, kind of blind with those bushes in your face. You get it near the basket, it's a nice shot.
Oh, I'll give him way further than 25. That where Noah just threw from was a drop zone, and that's a solid circle too with Ryan shooting first. So we'll say that was pretty good. Nick's putting back at the wind here for the birdie. Oof, finds the pole koozie.
Straight at it, just a little bit low. Understandable in that you don't want to run up real far by. You're kind of uphill above the basket.
All right, we see Nick Gill in the big screen. He's at minus 24. He's throwing a big hyzer on 14. On the little screen, Sam just knocked in his birdie. Ryan knocked in his par. Now we've got Austin on the big screen. That's hole 14's tee. Noah knocks in his bogey, unfortunately.
14's a fun hole. Dead straight if you can do it right at it, but it is a long push out there to not have it hyzer or fade out like that one did.
Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. He's going to be between the two bigger trees. But that brings us back to hole 12 for our lead card. This is your stock 380 hyzer. I know we all have one of those in our back pocket. At least I don't. But you're going to want to miss the big tree on the left and come into here. The green slopes at the basket the whole way, and then once you get past the basket, slopes even further away towards that parking lot. The big miss here is pushing it too straight and finding the little trees on the right. Or there's a old grill there that people have hit before as well. So
the tree to the left sometimes can grab it too if people are trying to cut that corner. No reason to. You need to hang it out wide right and let it fade back in. And that one looks like it got caught up in the cabbage.
But gets the friendly roll towards the bucket. I wonder if Sam knows how far his roll was.
That's a friendly tree. Can't see the basket from the tee, so you don't ever know where you end up, especially if you hit that. You'll be looking around the ground for a while, and hopefully someone finds it closer to the pin.
Nick puts himself in circle one, keeping it low.
That's a great shot at it. Kept it out of the wind. Hyzer right in. Like I said, pretty typical stock hyzer into this one. These guys all have the ability to get there pretty easily. Just make sure you hit the right line and walk up and tap in a birdie.
Ryan's outside, swooping in, has enough steam. He gets the circle one's edge.
Looked like a little bit nose up. May have caught it up a little bit shorter than he wanted to get to, but he'll have a look at it.
No, looks very straight. Gotta start hooking. There we go. All right. Good angle, a little deep, but not bad.
Got a variety of shots at that one. So we'll see putts from all kinds of angles here.
Just inside the circle by an inch or two. Oh.
Yeah, he's going to want that one back. It looked like he short-armed it just a little bit. Great look at it, though. Hit dead center. Just a little low.
Ryan with about 18 inches closer. Ryan's having a rough day on the green.
Yep.
Noah just a few feet closer than that. He knocks it down. That's good coming off the bogey.
Yeah, always nice to get one back after that bogey. You kind of redeem yourself a little bit there.
For sure. Nick with the closest drive of the group. Oh.
Left side chains.
Just doesn't find enough to catch. So let's flip over here. We got Nick Gill teeing off on 16. At this point, he is minus 25.
It looks turned over just a little. Need to hyzer back. There you go.
Yep, he's going to be circle one, edge.
Pin high. Nice shot from there.
Everybody's tapping in their pars on the lower left. So let's flip up to Austin Bates. Currently our leader at minus 27, although 3 holes ahead of our lead card. And he leaves that short in circle 2.
That's a fun hole there. You got to keep it low underneath that ceiling, but also go uphill. And sometimes you get nose up, and that wind will just push it right down unless you do that.
Yeah, look at that kid. He's excited. He's showing a little emotion talking to Nick Gill. They just played a big event the weekend prior together, too.
That is fun when you can come out and nail a putt like that. Get your juices flowing and ready for the last 2 holes and close this thing out, hopefully.
Nick to go to minus 26 and leaves it just a little low.
Since 2015, Great Lakes Disc has been supporting players at all levels, from local leagues and events to professional disc golfers on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Visit GreatLakesDisc.com to learn more.
We're back. We're at hole 13. This is a par 3, 362 uphill the whole way, fighting with the wind. Also fighting your landing zone because this big bush on your left is OB, and it does get into circle 1 up here. The elevated basket makes running anything interesting. We see a lot of layups on here outside of the circle.
See his shirt blowing there in the wind. You get up by the basket, it's 10 times that it feels like when you're putting. A lot of these guys will leave it out to the right, making sure they don't get caught up in that OB left. So we'll see if they can get the distance down and knock it right underneath that that big rock.
No, it goes a little deep.
That's a swing right there. It's gonna make for a fun putt coming back.
Yeah, that's a well over 400-foot throw uphill. Look at this, the sponsor sign just waving. That's how strong the winds are out there.
It is hard throwing that thing uphill, keeping somehow the nose angle correct unless you do that.
Yep, that was great.
Perfect.
Checkmate. Good job, Sam.
Best putt on this hole is a short one.
Oh, best putt on this hill is no putt. Gotta throw it in.
Never seen that one before on this hole. Years of been playing here, but I've seen it hit off the basket once or twice.
Nick keeps it low and wide, doesn't have enough time to come back towards the basket.
It's going to be a definite layup for the par there. Got some power here. Let's see if he decides to go high, wide right and bring it back in.
Just like that. Oh, got the rock.
It's frustrating when you hit your target and it bounces back 10 feet, but we'll take that nonetheless.
I hope he can knock that down. As predicted, Nick does his layup. Nice job on that, Steve.
And if this was me, I would lay this up, but it looks like we're going to try to run this one from here.
Yeah, he knows he's within a couple strokes of the lead right now, too.
That's a great effort at it from there.
Nice little floaty boy.
I loved how that hung up in the air and just seemed to stop right by the basket.
Yeah. Oh, almost got that bounce right back at him, but it worked out nicely.
I'll take it. That was a really good aggressive putt. I like seeing that.
Yeah. Here comes Ryan for his first birdie on the back nine. Luckily that stays in.
Hopefully that gets him on a run here so he can close strong.
And there's Sam with that great drive. Boom. Nice. Oh. It stayed.
That's the danger of putting so quickly after so many goes. Those chains keep moving. They might move that thing out. You got to give it a beat and let him rest.
For sure. So right here we got hole 14, par 3, 461. Downhill, I imagine it played under par, or over par, I assumed. On the left side, you do have some OB as well, protecting 15's green with a low ceiling above the basket to protect from big giant air shots. What did it come in as, Steve?
Second hardest hole.
That's what we assumed here.
Yeah, we saw the approach headed by Austin earlier, and we saw Heiser wide right, so we'll see how these guys decide to attack it.
Sam going with that Nick Gill line, way outside.
It's not bad. It's hard to judge, and there's a tree up there and then a row of bushes that might catch that, but you gotta get it out there far enough to come back. It didn't look like it did.
No, he's out there. Look at that wind. A little bit of a head left to right now. That's crazy.
Problem is it can change when you get down closer to the basket because of where all these trees are located, so you never know what you're getting down there. You saw that bounce in the wind right there.
Yeah, Ryan says don't worry about it. I'm just going to throw it by the basket outside of circle one.
Yeah, that's one of those you don't see very often. That's an incredible throw. I don't know how he kept it that straight for that long. That's just a beautiful throw. This is pretty
Leaking.
typical left in those bushes up there. He should still have a putt at it.
Yeah, I hope he's in bounds still.
Danger in this one is some OB was drawn to a little bit further left, so I think that's why you're seeing a lot more of these go out to the right.
Yep, we wanted to protect the people teeing on 15, make people choose the safer shot, if you will.
And this is quite a distance away, going uphill against the wind. You do have a nice little backstop if you want to help use that to soften your landing there, but this looks perfect.
Yeah, played it right into the hill, allowed it to roll up towards it. Great shot.
That's nice. Tap in par from there is not a bad result.
Sam looking to do the same thing Nick just did.
Just got to keep it low enough so those trees don't catch it. And apparently the wind will help you throw it down too.
Yeah, there. You got smacked. Noah giving it a nice spin from deep.
Trying to run that thing in from the middle of the fairway.
He's got touch, that's for sure.
Yeah, that was a pretty shot. So this is one I haven't seen very often.
Nope, I haven't seen too many go, 40 deep. And he connects. Just doesn't stay.
That was one of his better putts I've seen today, and that almost went in from there. That would have been a great two.
Looked like a little bit more confidence in that one. Noah knocks in that par. Sam's about to do that same thing. Watching that wind.
Waiting. And there it is.
There we go.
Yeah, getting through that hole, that's a tough one, as you mentioned, playing over par today, so it's a pretty good score for that card.
Yeah, star par, nothing wrong with that.
Couple ones coming up here to hopefully get some birdies on and start chasing down that lead.
For sure, and here's one to get a birdie on. We got a whole par 3, 325-foot forehand for most of the players. Big thing is you want to push deep and straight in the short grass because the short right is super thick. There's the basket playing peekaboo. That's where you want to land, and don't flare too deep into that jail as well.
Yeah, 15 is the top 7th hole, hardest hole in the reason for that, or 7th easiest hole, sorry.
There we go.
Reason for that is timing where to get that thing to hyzer out to the right. If you go too long, you can get in stuff. If you go too short, you get in some more. So want to find that right disc that you trust to throw it exactly right there.
Man, Sam really does like doing exactly what you are explaining.
Try to line it up, and he delivers. It's a softball to him, and he hit it out of the park.
Yeah, nice synergy there.
Yeah, it looks smooth.
Ryan's shot looked effortless. Get around it. Ooh.
Should have a putt at that.
Maybe a little step out. Maybe a little looksy-looks.
Yeah, that bush has caught a few of those discs over the years, and it's kind of hard to putt through, so hopefully he's got an angle around that.
Noah throws it high.
That's
plenty of time. Oh, yeah. Oh. That was a weird little anti-skip.
Almost looked like it didn't want to grab the ground and just kept going. It probably cost him about 10 feet. Hopefully he's able to make that coming back. Looks like we're keeping this one a little lower.
And that curled towards the bucket, but not a lot of ground play.
Several good shots there. All of them have a putt at it for birdie. Let's see if we can do it.
Oh.
I was going to count that one already. A little bit low.
All right. Noah's got it. Here we go, Noah.
This would put him under on the back nine. Maybe start a roll in the next couple of holes.
Yeah,
there we go. There we go.
Love to see that.
It was a confident putt. Stepped up and threw it like he was going to make it.
There we go, Ryan.
Great putt.
Ryan gets his second birdie of the back nine. Sam's looking for his third. Yeah, he connects.
That's a pretty good hole. I think 3 for 4, so these guys will take that.
All right. We're moving into hole 16. This is a par 3, 356. Slight uphill the whole way. Does make the hole play a little longer. That first tree to the right off the tee pad is the one you need to miss. We do have OB right separating 17 and 16's fairways, if you will. So just get it out there. Try to land it in circle 2, circle 1. Give yourself a chance to make the putt. The wind up here is interesting. Again, that main tree right there to the left of the sign is what you want to miss.
Yeah, later in the day, the chase and lead cards ended up having more wind come out towards the end of the round. So this is one of those where you really got to fight that wind going uphill, and I wouldn't be surprised if these guys were all just a bit short. Maybe not this guy, but we'll see.
Let's see.
It looks like it's hyzering out just a little earlier than he wanted.
Didn't quite get that S shape.
Yeah, it's a lower ceiling. You're kind of focusing on getting it past those trees and getting out there, but it's hard to get height and then that wind not knocking it down to get the distance that you need. And that one looks a little high as well.
Yeah. That's going to move off to the left.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's usually the result when you try to get it up there that high. It never seems to go where you want it.
Go, 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 go!
Get some legs.
Oh, see, the wind just pushing it down.
Yeah, I'm not surprised they all landed a little bit short, but at least they'll have a wide open, unobstructed putt at these and see if we can get some of these to go in. That is a long putt.
That was a long putt outside of circle 2.
It's a 356 playing more like 410.
Oh, yeah. Especially with how low you got to keep it. Noah from downtown.
We're scaring the basket.
Yep. Come on, Ryan. Give somebody a birdie on the hole.
That's hurtful. That's 4 good putts in a row. Missed a couple on the left side, but he's been butting a lot better this back nine for sure.
All right. So here we go for a par. There we go.
Should have a bunch of tap-ins here. I'll tap these in and head to 2 of my favorite holes in the course. And by favorite, I mean...
So we have Austin Bates, who just parred 17. Going into 18, he's minus 28 currently. And that drive does not end up where you want your drive to end up.
That's almost a forced layup for sure. It's going to be almost next to impossible to get to that pin from there. Unless your Coriel's from a few years ago in a standstill somehow dropped it right underneath the basket from there.
Crazy shot. Looks like he was trying to get it out and turn it. Looks like it's hyzering the wrong way.
Yeah, it was more of a chip out, it seemed like, from there, but just advancing it up there, and hopefully he can get up and down from here. Looks like a decent shot.
Wow.
Stays in bounds. It should be a tap-in. We'll see what he does.
All right, this is for par to stay at minus 28. Oh. Has a cheeky smile. We're okay with that.
Yeah, that's the door creaking open just a little bit for these guys behind him.
So we know that Austin is in the clubhouse at minus 27. We know that Nick Gill's in the clubhouse at minus 25. And we've got hole 17 with our featured car. This is a par 4 605. A lot of players throw the forehand left up over the road. It is OB, and then have it crash back down into this landing zone you're about to see. Some players will try the turnover backhand. You got to be worried about that OB line separating 17 and 16. And the OB is within circle 1 up by the green too, so that second shot is important as well.
It's really all about placement off the tee if you want to give yourself a chance at birdie. It looks like the forehand here, hopefully get a good skip off that road and let it fly down close to the basket.
If it skips off the road, okay. I was like, you predicted like the last 4 shots for Sam.
He's still in perfect spot. You got to be left or right of those rows of trees to give yourself a good view of where you want to go. So we'll see. This looks like a backhand shoulder.
Yep, and those of you that saw round 2 coverage, you know Ryan can throw real far and right to that area.
That is ridiculous.
Circle 3, circle 4-ish, if there is one, I don't know.
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, I don't see many that go that far down there. And this one...
Got plenty of speed.
Looks good.
Yep.
Those trees might affect him depending on which way he wants to go in at it, but he'd probably do another forehand from there.
All right.
You could get good distance if you really skip it off that... and this one better hustle.
No, that's going to flare.
There we go.
That's going to be great. Yup.
And bounce right.
Yeah. And that puts him in...
That is prime spot right
I think
there.
inside of 100 feet of the basket. Let's look at our replay. Thank you, Disc Golf Threads, for sponsoring our replays this season. Nick Robertson right here. Wearing the Disc Golf Threads jersey. It was perfect timing.
Just karma.
Yep. Gets the cameraman to do a little do-si-do and spin around.
He was aiming right at him.
I mean, if it's a target, it's a target. Double skip off the road.
This one you're worried about staying left, but it still has enough spin on it to come back right.
For sure. Curls in, and wow.
That is pretty. You'll have a great look at it. You don't often get one down that close.
For sure. So I think we'll have Sam here throwing furthest out, or furthest away, if you will.
It's probably still a good 300 out, 280 from there. Again, that road comes into play. If you can bounce it off there, get it right up next to the basket.
It's like you knew what he was just doing.
I've seen it before, not by myself, but other people.
Wow.
That's a great shot at it.
That leaves him in circle 1. Noah's going to try to stay under those branches.
Yeah, this was what I was a little worried about. Kind of pinched off. Makes you go a little further around or keep it low. It might be perfect.
Big flare. Yup. Curl back at it.
Still inside C1.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, these guys know how to play it. Two good shots get you a chance up there. This is far down that fairway. Just a little flick. Come back. There you go.
Wow.
Really can't play the hole any better than that.
You can't.
Or maybe you can just a little bit better.
Yeah, but it's right here. It's a little chip up.
Come back. Come back.
Gotta make it interesting. And land right there.
He's probably never had to throw from there. That was such a good skip
so
out
short.
there. Yeah.
He probably hasn't had that shot before. Here comes Noah for that birdie from, as we said, a few feet inside circle 1. Yeah.
There we go. Start us off.
Love to see that.
Tell you what, you come away with this hole with a birdie. That makes you feel good going into 18 and end with something special here.
There we go. Top it. Top, but it's still in. They don't ask you how.
As long as it's resting right there, we're good, right?
Ryan for his birdie.
Good.
Oh, it's a par. Ryan must have went OB off the tee. Because that was his third shot.
Interesting. Well, he was OB right, so he would have had to have been, yeah.
Now I understand.
You know, when I saw that, I thought he was down maybe a little further, so he must have just kept carrying OB over there.
For sure. Which brings us to hole 18. This is a par 4, 786. Probably played as the hardest hole throughout the day. You're going to have this OB island right now, and then this other OB island right now. You have the OB road on the left the whole way, and you have the walkway deep that extends all the way up to one's tee as a OB line as well.
Well, you guessed right. Half a stroke over for the day, and most of that's due to that OB, and you have to make a perfect shot off the tee to land it where you want to attack it to.
All right, we know that Noah can birdie it to force a playoff.
Look at that tree moving up there. There's going to be some wind pushing this around depending on which way you're going at it. Danger here is landing in one of those bushes up there and not being able to find your disc. They seem to absorb a lot of them.
Yeah, they're Velcro-esque, and they just Velcroed Sam's drive, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's tough. You have to assume with that wind, it probably pushed it a place he didn't want to go. You know, there's two spots up there that seem to do that, and you got to land between them or to the right of them if you can.
Yeah, thanks to our spotters up there helping. Looks like Noah lands short of it. Yeah.
It did look so. I didn't see any OB on there, but he's going to have a fun run up for a next shot. See if we keep one more to the right further. There you go.
Oh, just keep pushing it. Oh, tree kick.
Tree love.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
A little smile out of him to come back.
Sounds good to me.
Oh.
False start.
Try it again.
5-yard penalty.
And
certainly high enough.
That one might push past the first OB and land hopefully in the middle.
Boom. Right where you're supposed to land, right?
Yep, that's how you play the hole. It's nice when you can throw a 500-foot shot off the tee. It takes away a lot of the danger on this one.
We got Noah needing to get to the green.
He's going
force the playoff.
Over the OB road, and looks like he got caught up in something, or...
So there it ends up. He's safe, but he is well over 110, 20 feet out.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to get up and down, or up.
Just up. He's got to throw it in to force the playoff.
Seen some dramatics before, so we can pull them off here.
For sure. And Nick just puts a rip on that. Stay safe, yup.
That's about all you can do from there. It's a great shot.
Alright, unfortunately this is Sam now throwing 3.
Let's give him some bucket hat love. See what we can do here.
Out and around.
He needs that to come back left in a hurry. And it's starting to.
Okay, he's safe too. Yeah.
Yeah, you really... This is the angle that scares me a little bit, going over that road, and you can get some weird kicks off those rocks. Let's see if we can get one up and down from here.
Oh, tree sit.
Nice.
Okay.
I think that's the closest we have in 2.
Yeah.
You can see why this is such a tough hole. It's long. There's some OB. You got to win to contend with. That's got to go in.
Get down. Didn't have enough juice on it.
Landed pin high where he wanted to. Gave it a good run. That's a nice effort. Be frustrated with that, but should be able to tap in for a 4.
For sure. And I know Noah might be frustrated, but I'm sure that got him a couple of bucks coming in second place as well for the event. Sam had a great approach there. Noah earned himself $13.50 for this event, so that's great.
Not a bad weekend throwing a frisbee around.
Not a bad weekend at all. Nick leaves it a little wide.
Yeah, that did stay out a little further than he wanted to. It'll make that last putt a little tester.
And we'll make it a little tester. For the bird, oh, not quite. So hole 18, I imagine everyone's seen the scores. Might be a little bit of wind out of their sails. Everyone's a little tired. Yep, that's what happens at the end of 3 rounds over a long, windy weekend.
Yep.
Noah gets himself a par. Nick, unfortunately, with the bogey.
Yeah.
Sam's going to have the bogey. Ryan's going to have the par.
That's a great par. He played well the last several holes. Definitely played better than that 2 under on that back 9.
For sure.
That hole will eat you alive, and that's why it's the hardest.
It really did. So Noah ends up at minus 26. That's an error on our end. Sam Smiegel ends up at minus 23. Ryan Mulder ends up at minus 23 as well. And Nick Robertson ends up at minus 22. But congrats to Austin Bates.
All right, everyone, if I can have your attention, please. Introducing your 2024 River City Open presented by Discraft MPO champion, Austin Bates.
Thank you to all my sponsors, Great Lakes Disc, Discraft Disc Golf, and Cardinal Disc Golf Apparel. You guys are great. Without them, I wouldn't be able to do what I do and enjoy playing disc golf all the time. Thank you to all the staff that was able to go and make this course great, ready, and thanks to everybody that came out and spectated. It's just an awesome weekend.
I want to thank Oakley again for being a major part of this event. After all 3 rounds are done, we see our top 10 here. That's some movement, obviously. We want to thank all of our Patreon supporters. You can go to patreon.com/crew42. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks again, Steve.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Until next time, keep it in the fairway.